season premiere of Lanterns debuted on HBO Max this past Sunday. Today, I'm going to give you my review and spoiler-filled thoughts and theories on episode 1. Before I dive in, if you would, go subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, use that comment section. Tell me, what did you guys think about the first episode of Lanterns? If you are, or if you haven't seen the episode, why are you here? There's going to be spoilers. There's going to be a lot of spoilers. It's in the title. I just said it. Click off the video now. Go watch Lanterns. It was a great episode. I also have a short talking about that first episode in 3 minutes, so go check that out if you want to know my spoiler-free thoughts. With that said, I was nervous for Lanterns, right? I was also very excited. I'm a big Green Lanterns fan. Our only Green Lantern live-action project we've ever gotten is, checks notes, Green Lantern 2011 with Ryan Reynolds. It's a fun movie, but it's bad. And so I was excited because I'm a big Green Lanterns fan. It's a part of James Gunn's DCU. Then they said it was a True Detective Green Lantern story, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I saw the trailers. I'm like, it looks good, it looks compelling, but is it going to be too earthly? Is there going to be enough of the Green Lantern stuff we want? And I saw the first episode, and my worries are, whoop, out the window. Gone, deplenished, yeeted out the window. Episode 1 was a masterpiece. Now, are there a few things I may have a tiny little bit concerned with? Yeah, like, do I think a whole season of True Detective Green Lanterns is going to be the best thing to get for our first introduction to these versions of these characters in this universe? No, I'm not sure if that's the right idea, but I am so instantly compelled by this mystery. The first episode did such a great job of introducing us to this mystery and then giving us enough information while also not giving us so much to where you don't feel like there's plenty to go around the rest of the season. Because you feel like there's a lot to go around in the rest of the season. This was only episode 1. But you also got enough reveals to be like, oh, that's interesting. I feel satisfied with this episode, but I want to watch the next one instantly. Very effective episode. And at its core, you got Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, played by Aaron Pierre and Kyle Chandler, who play these characters perfectly. Kyle Chandler is a very convincing Hal Jordan, the cocky guy. The way that he's training Jon Stewart sounds like something Hal Jordan would do. And their relationship, their chemistry is great. They have several laugh-out-loud moments. Just the dialogue between them is very sharp. We'll talk about the dialogue actually real quick. Like I said, the dialogue's very sharp. My one major complaint from this episode is it's trying too hard to be rated R. It's trying way too hard to be R. What I mean by that is every single line of dialogue is F this and this effing thing and F, 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 F. Don't get me wrong, right? I am a Christian. I can watch movies and shows, hear language, and be not affected by it. You know, because they're just words, not something I would say, but still. But, when it's every other word, like, it's kind of hard not to notice, because I'm not affected by it because I'm a Christian and, like, it just offends me. No, that's not the reason. The reason is it sounds like a child wrote this. It sounds like an edgy 14-year-old wrote some of the dialogue with F words every other word. And it's not compelling because every time you try to get a point across, it's the characters going F this, F that, F this. And it's like, kind of crazy. But like I said, the dialogue's interesting when we're not doing F-bombs every other second. That's the only complaint I have. But like I said, the cast, Aaron Pierre, Kyle Chandler, are great. They have great chemistry. And Aaron Pierre, somebody I knew I wanted for this role and got casted in this role right after I saw Rebel Ridge from 2 years ago, I'd like to say. Either this year or 2 years ago, or 2025, I mean. I don't remember when it was released, but let's start diving into spoilers, because I gave you everything I liked, gave you everything I didn't like about the episode that are spoiler-free. What I thought of the episode spoiler-wise, the big thing here is this season takes place in many different timelines. You got the intro to the show, which was very good in 1986, I believe, where you got young Jon Stewart watching young Hal Jordan on TV as he shows up, reveals to the world he's Green Lantern. Very good scene. And then Jon's dad comes home, and finds out he's on the TV. And Daddy's pissed. He takes Johnny Boy outside, takes out a weapon, puts an apple on John's head, shoots the apple off. This is a weird scene, because as soon as he does that, John's dad is like, yeah, let's go get a burger now, son. I'm proud of you. No fear. What's the point of that scene? Like, is he mad that he was on TV? Is he an abusive father? But then later on in the episode, after Hal Jordan jumps out of a moving car, leaves John with the ring, and drives the car off the cliff, then John calls his dad's like, dude, this guy's crazy. He's trying to kill me. And that's when John's dad's like, hey, don't be a wimp, man. Tough it out. So, was John's dad training him to be a lantern, to try to be a lantern? Is that why they were so scared? Because they knew that John's dad is trying to punch all of the fear out of John to contain him, contain his fear, get him to attempt to be a lantern in the future. Is that what's going on? It's interesting. That's a very interesting plot line. But then we go to 2016, and the main mystery is based in 2016, where you got John, Hal hanging out. They go to Rushford, Nebraska. And I kind of like this setting. Small town, high school football plays a huge part in this first episode. There's a shooting at a high school football game, and Hal believes that it's aliens, and that leads to them getting in a whole bunch of mischief, going to a farm. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But going to an interrogation with the one surviving person that Hal believes is an alien, has a great investigation scene. And this is where, I mean, when this dialogue is good, when it's not just F this, F that, F this. Right? Because it's very good dialogue. He's like, yo, Barack Obama, give me some facts about him. The alien's able to say facts, but he's not able to say his opinion. He's not able to know fun facts, but he's able to know the facts. And so that's when that's how Hal realizes he's an alien. It's a very good scene, very intense scene. Then the alien starts to say the Green Lantern oath. Hal gets pissed, and the alien blows himself up. Hal contains it with the ring. Very good scene, very intense scene, edge of your seat stuff. Phenomenal way to end this first episode. Again, like I said, giving us enough to be satisfied, like, oh, they are aliens. Oh, what's actually going to happen? But then leaving us like, I want to watch episode 2 now. And then being mean and not giving us that episode until 7 days later. Awesome. Thanks, HBO Max, for leaving us off on that cliffhanger. Cliffhanger, yeah, because we'll talk about the big cliffhanger in a second. But I want to talk about the farm stuff and what's actually going on there. So Hal and John go to a farm. The night before, they go to a bar. That's when we learn Hal's origin story, the origin story from the comics. And I kind of like how we were introduced to Hal's origin story just by telling us at the bar. Compelling enough. And then, obviously, he starts a bar fight to try to talk to the suspect because the cops won't let him talk to the suspect, even though he gets to by the end of the episode. Because they go to the farm, who is the dad of the lady cop, and the dad wants to talk to them. And meanwhile, at the bar, this is important. This is going to be important. John gets busy. John hooks up with an old lady. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's a real quick scene, but they hook up, and then it turns out that old lady is the man at this farm's wife. John done messed up, boy. Old lady cougar chaser. Anyways, they go to the farm. It's a farm where a lot of people are like shooting guns, testing weapons, all of that. And apparently the guy, the dad, the leader of this farm, wants Hal to join this task force to protect the Earth from aliens. But also there's a little bit of other things here, because he says he watches over this house. He's not the true leader, but the leader is on the run from law enforcement. And so the leader, the dad, the guy at the farm now, wants Hal to join this task force, not only to protect the world from aliens, but for his ulterior motives. This is a very interesting subplot. I was like, this is done really well, because it's edge of your seat stuff. It's just a normal conversation, but you can feel the tension oozing from the screen. What's actually going to happen here? And so there are a lot of theories about who this guy is at this farm. Now, they could always be the, random guy for the subplot, the random criminal that Hal's got to take down. But a lot of theories and a lot of signs are pointing to him being the Black Hand, which I believe I'm saying that guy's name right. But if you don't know, in the comic run, The Blackest Night, fantastic comic book run, by the way. Read The Blackest Night. It's where this one guy, I can't remember the villain's name, like his alter ego, but he gets a dead Green Lantern's ring. He's able to rise up the dead and possess them. Very good comic run, kind of creepy, kind of awesome. A lot of people are speculating that's where this is going, that he is going to get a dead Lantern's ring or a ring and be able to possess the dead and build up this army, this task force. That could be really interesting. Do I think that's the direction we're going? I hope so. I hope so. Do I think it is? No. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to attempt that in Season 1. I don't think they're going to do that. Number one, because of the budget reasons. Number two, because we already got so much left, like the mystery, the time jump we'll talk about here in a minute. Sinestro is going to be on later in the season. So I don't necessarily think we're going to be doing that, unfortunately, even though that would be awesome. So, yeah. Then, after the interrogation scene, we jump forward 10 years to now, 2026, where John goes to Rushford, Nebraska, 10 years in the future, to the high school football field in the snow with the lady cop, and find Hal Jordan sitting on the stands, frozen, most likely dead. I think it's confirmed. He's dead. Yeah. Hal Jordan died in episode 1 at a 10-year time skip. It's definitely back in Rushford, Nebraska. It's definitely got something to do with this mystery. What do I think's fully going on? Like I said, it could be the Black Hand. That could be something at play here. But we know from the trailers that it is going to be the Manhunters. And that one alien that blew himself up at the end of the episode is one of the Manhunters. And so, the Manhunters have taken over Rushford, Nebraska, and possibly the world. And apparently, they still have not, Hal and John have still not stopped him 10 years in the future, and it's all going to come to a close. What did I think of the fact that there's like all these timelines? I kind of liked it. It's something fresh. It's something new. It also like leaves enough of the alien stuff, of the sci-fi stuff, that we're going to a time jump. There's this mystery. There's aliens. One thing I didn't mention earlier in the spoiler-free section that I'm going to, thought the ring was used really well. Like, he just pops out the ring for counterfeit money or for a bottle opener. Like, it's cool. Like, it's not building machine guns or cars or racetracks like they did in Green Lantern 2011, but it's used enough while also setting rules on why it can't be used all the time. I thought that was really interesting. And so, yeah. Where do I think it's going? I don't really know. I think the Manhunters are the main thing. The Manhunters are going to be the main villains here, I believe. And they're going to Earth. Now, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if it pulls a Captain Marvel, where the Manhunters are led to be like the fake-out villains. Like, they're villains, but then they're actually not, and there's like a bigger threat. What could that bigger threat be? Like I said, the big thing is the Black Hand, but then there's also theories that the Guardians are bad, because Hal, throughout this entire episode, questions the authority of the Guardians. So maybe it turns out some of the Green Lanterns are bad. Maybe. That could be interesting. But overall, not too much to theorize on yet, because, it's only one episode. We still got 7 more left, but fantastic start to the season. I thought Lanterns episode 1 was a blast. I loved watching it, and I'm very excited for episode 2. Tell me your theories in the comment section. Tell me your thoughts on the episode. Thank you for clicking on this. Next week, we'll do episode 2. And with that said, subscribe.